The Ring collection is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Shout Factory Screen Factory. It can be found as a collection available at your online retailers. Now, of the variety of remakes from international films, The Ring, in my opinion, is one of the better offerings. Of course, I still prefer Ringu, but I feel they nail the atmosphere pretty well in this film. Going to The Ring 2, I get what they were going for, and some of it does work, though the theatrical cut makes the Ghost of Samara's ultimate goal to be more of a couch potato. It has its moments, though, but it doesn't live up to the original. Rings, however, pits Leonard Hofstadter against Samara, who is now going viral, #cursed. The films go a little bit more quote-unquote Hollywood as they go along, and it's a shame because there are some great horror ideas just not fully utilized. I would definitely recommend The Ring, as well as The Ring 2 to a lesser extent, and certainly check out Ringu. It is on 4K from Arrow Video. All three films of the Ring collection on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray have an aspect ratio of 1:8:5:1. The Ring and The Ring 2 have native 4K resolution. Rings is upscaled from a 2K digital intermediate, and all three support HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. And a special note, the theatrical edition of The Ring 2 is in 4K. The unrated cut, unfortunately, is Blu-ray only. Both The Ring and The Ring 2 received 4K restorations from the original camera negative, Rings, a 4K master. All three films are free from any noticeable specks or blemishes. Each film source is cleanly presented. Bit rates in each of the films on 4K clocks in over the 90 mark, and I didn't see any dips in quality. In addition, grain structure in the first two films is appropriately filmic and looks excellent. The digitally shot Rings has a noise layer in its picture, maybe a tad bit more pronounced here versus its Blu-ray counterpart. For those that are familiar with the various physical releases of The Ring, the transparent palette has always been skewed quite heavily, in fact, bluish green. As a result of the restoration, approved by the director Gore Verbinski, the color timing has been adjusted, presumably to match its intended look from the initial theatrical run. Now, the image looks much more natural with a light green push. Ultimately, the film has such a dreary look that at times it completely desaturates the palette itself. As a result, Dolby Vision doesn't make much of an impact here. Sure, it may embolden some of the black levels slightly, but those looking for bursts of color, it won't be found here. This is clearly the intent of the director and his vision, so this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Now, for The Ring 2, throw all that out the window because this is a different ballgame. The sequel never received a physical Blu-ray release, so I'm not able to compare the two transfers, but the look between the film and the first is quite a sharp contrast, at least in regards to the palette. In this go-around, Dolby Vision has a little bit more to do. Day scenes are very striking and general primaries are bold. Night scenes are well rendered with no signs of elevation, dark interiors as well. Finally, the most recent film in the series, Rings, is more or less in line with the look of the original movie, but not as devoid of color. Once again, day scenes show favorable boosts to the primaries. Black levels, however, tend to drown out some bit of detail. Not always, but to a point I spotted it a few times throughout the film. This could be attributed to the digital source as opposed to the filmic methods from the first two movies. Textures are nicely enhanced with both Ring 1 and 2, which really bring out the extra bit of detail. Facial features and terrified faces are given that extra bit of clarity. In Rings, the image does appear a bit sharper over the Blu-ray, but detail improvement isn't nearly as dramatic. The Ring and The Ring 2 on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 as well as a DTS 2.0 audio mix, and Rings on 4K supports a DTS 7.1 as well as a DTS 2.0 track. The three films and their respective audio mixes appear to be direct ports from their previous releases, both The Ring and Rings from their physical Blu-ray editions, and The Ring 2 on digital platforms has a Dolby Digital track, which is now in the form of a DTS 5.1. All three films have a similar sound design consisting of creepy, atmospherics, and ghostly activity. As such, surround activity is represented well and fairly consistent. The Ring, I feel, does it the best, as its story and activity on screen better utilize its audio cues. The Ring 2 is more of a slow burn that really only kicks into full gear in the last 30 minutes or so. Rings has its own thing going on and is slightly more heavy-handed in its delivery. Dialogue in each film is clear from start to finish with no issues. The low end punctuates certain in-film moments but never crosses the line of being too aggressive. Even Rings, the newest of the films, stays in its lane but does manage to pack a punch with a robust LFE. All three films in the collection poured over a good amount of previously available supplemental material, each located on their respective Blu-ray copy. One major new piece of content found in the Ring's bonus features, Ghost Girl Gone Global, is a 90-minute deep dive into The Ring, its Japanese roots, mythology, and influences in horror. There are several interviews with various creatives, the writer of Ringu, and much more. This is a solid addition to the collection and a must-watch for fans of The Ring and horror in general. Additional featurettes of all sorts are found sprinkled throughout the 3 films, and while some may not be as in-depth as others, it's worth a look or even a revisit. For the picture quality, I'm going to give The Ring collection on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an average score of an A-. Each film in this collection has a downright solid-looking transfer. Grain structure is preserved and the source is clean. With The Ring in particular given its more intended color timing, the visual benefits in all 3 films is worth the pickup. For the audio mix, I scored the collection an A-. All 3 sound designs do a good job bringing the atmosphere to life with very effective audio cues. The tracks are robust when called for and minimal when they need to be. Audiophiles should be happy with the results. For the extras, I scored them an A-. While several returning bits of content are there to enjoy, the new featurette is the real winner here. Shout Factory did an excellent job bringing this gem to the new collection. So that is my review of the Ring collection on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Shout Factory. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Amazon link in the comment section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the collection already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.